Hello and welcome back. Sean here, Mountains Garage, on a beautiful Tuesday morning. My clock over there says it's August 11th, 2026. I'm going to go ahead and say that's right. This morning, I got a few minutes I was going to mock up, and I have been mocking up an attachment for the back of my new TYM T224 subcompact tractor. It needs a counterweight on the back. Out back in my piles of junk, I have a pallet full of the full-size weights you put on a big barbell. I assume it's like a 3-inch center. I'll measure. But I have a whole set. They were left next to the dumpster somewhere and palletized, and I've had them ever since. Handy if you want to put like the weight of a driver in the driver's seat while you're setting up a car or something. So I have a nice set in my basement that I need to go back to using, but this set was just for random weight. And I think it's gonna work out pretty nice in the back of my little tractor. But before I start, hey, I won an eBay auction for another 55 Chevy plate. It was only over in New Hampshire, I'm in Maine, but it was on eBay. There was like 4 minutes left in the auction when I saw it, and I got it for $14 plus shipping. So that'll go on the Race 55 someday, but I thought it was pretty cool. That back in the day, instead of a stick-on tag, you have a metal tab that folds over that I guess they'd hand you or send it in the mail. Well, you probably had to go in person back then. Cool anyway. I love that people collect this stuff. On my other 55, they had a smaller plate. I guess back then there was 2 different sizes. This is a traditional size. The plates I put on the 31 Ford behind me are smaller, and they didn't really fit the bracket that well. I had to drill new holes. So I also got my C6 yoke. They use a Spicer part number. I don't even know if that's, I know it's the part number that I associate with Spicer. If it was a Spicer yoke, it would actually be cast right into it. Just say Spicer on one side and the part number on the other. This does not, leading me to believe it's offshore. Either way, it's a pretty beefy yoke, 1350 U-joint. Should fit the TKX transmission just fine, and later on, I'll slide it in the back and it'll live in there forever. But today, here we go. So I was going to build this piece here out of scrap from under the bench. The triangle, or whatever you're going to call it. Pretty much what I envisioned on eBay once again. And these are around $40, which is a good deal if you ask me. I was going to build my own. I'd already bought some receiver pieces. The one I built would definitely be thicker and stronger, but I don't think this one's going to fail for what I'm doing. I'm only going to stack maybe 300 pounds on it, or I don't know, however the weights add up. But so I'll put this, it'll be a good addition under a bench or adding a feature somewhere. So that's out the window because I found, again, $40 I thought was a great deal until I found an ad 2 for $40. So that's what I bought. And I'm not disappointed. It comes with all the pins. It actually had this pin for a top pin, which I kind of liked, so I'm just stuck the short one in here for now. For now, in each position, they give you the adapter for, I assume this is category 2 or 3. This is category 1, I think. Either way, this is a small version, fits my tractor. It actually fits everything I have. I don't have anything with this big of a 3-point, but I guess I have confidence. It actually has a heck of a weight rating. I forget what it was, but well beyond anything I'm going to use with it. And of course, this is made with the receiver hitch to put a trailer ball in there and pull trailers around the yard. With my little compact tractor, I haven't tried moving a trailer that way. I guess I'll try it, but I don't want the trailer to be driving me. So my favorite method is a sling on my forks on my big tractor. And that way you're driving, and as you're back in the trailer, you're going forward, and you can see exactly where you're putting it, and you can put it in some pretty tight places. So I didn't have to rob from under the bench here, but I did here. So I had a piece, 1/4-inch wall, 2-inch OD box tubing. I've already kind of marked out where that's going to go. It doesn't quite go all the way through. Yeah, it does. It almost comes to the end on the other side. In other ways I was engineering it, if it was longer, I could just put this on it and there'd be no other adapters required. This is going to be my upright, and just stack my weights on it. But I didn't want to leave it hanging that far out and maybe split this box tubing, so if I shove it all the way in there, and I weld this on the end, again, more scrap. I'll probably put some gussets underneath because I don't want this bending. And then set this on here. I've got more surface for the weight to sit on and distribute the weight evenly. It's not all going to be hanging off the back. I just don't want this to bend back. But if I weld that on there, put some gussets over here so it doesn't want to bend. And the majority of the weight is supported. It's not hanging off the end. I think it'll be okay. Before I found this piece, I went ahead and bought 4 feet of this tubing. But why cut it up when I have this random piece here? I don't have to do a thing to other than drill a hole in it, 5/8 for my 5/8 pin. That'll go through there. That way, my weight, I could leave this on the tractor if I wanted to, and I could undo the weight. I'm not sure how cumbersome it's going to be because I haven't had it off and on yet. Speaking of having it off and on, I was gifted a 3-point quick connect. One of the things, you got a couple levers that flip up that unlock these connections here, and it's got a hook for here. And I got it on the back of my T224 the other night. I'll throw in a picture at the end here. And the way my tractor works, I have the drive over mower deck that I just put on there. And when you pull the 3-point handle, the 3-point in the rear goes up first, and then the mower deck picks up underneath. As the 3-point hitch is going up with that quick disconnect on it, quick hitch, it gets awful close to my fenders and taillights. It doesn't hit, but I don't think when I have the mower deck on that the quick hitch is the best option. And also, on all my attachments outside, most of them have a minimum clearance here of 27 inches. And this one, is too narrow. It only has about 20 3/4. So I'd have to extend this out to use the quick hitch with this anyway. And to be honest, my little tractor with the arms and stuff on the back, and the attachments so far are light enough. I'm used to the giant stuff for my big tractor, but the little attachments, I can slide around and put stuff together pretty easy on the back. So the quick hitch might be more work. I was anxious to try it. It'll still fit everything else I have, except for this. And again, with the mower underneath, probably the quick hitch on the back is not the hot setup, so I'll have to take that off. I need them on my lawn if I'm getting to the point here. But last time I was mowing my lawn, the way I went down my little side hill, I thought I was going to roll the tractor over. I caught it with the bucket, and that's when I decided I need a counterweight. So I'm going to get busy sticking this together, and I'll catch up with you in a minute. And we're back. It's late afternoon now. A lot of things happened in between, but I managed to get this stuck together. I used 3/32 filler rod, which is pretty thick, and the finger control, 188 amps. This stuff's pretty thick. I was actually, should have turned it down a little bit on the angle iron, but either way, I got it supported on the back with a piece of metal I had that was almost the right length. This piece, and this piece are exactly how I found them under the bench. Using the finger control and all that amperage and that thick tungsten, I'm actually walking back and forth, trying to make a large weld, which, TIG weld makes a small weld typically, but in this case, I should be MIG welding it, but I don't want sparks flying everywhere. I could have MIG welded it in a few minutes. TIG welding takes about 4 times as long, for me anyway, but came out really nice. Pretty colors, and the actual proof of concept won't come until I actually put the weights on here, but I did measure. Just like that. Next time you see it, oh wait, I also found a plastic cap. I was gonna put weld the end shut so bees don't build a home in it and water doesn't fill up and split it. It should shoot out the top if it froze, but I could drill a hole in the bottom, but I didn't. So here we are, we got a cap on it. But I gotta paint it the next time you see it. It'll be on the tractor covered in weights, but that won't happen. It needs to happen tonight because I need to mow my lawn. So I'm gonna scuff her up a little bit, hose some cheap paint on it, and assemble it later on. I kind of like the height. Again, I didn't cut this, but it should stack up plenty of weights. I got at least 4 45-pound weights. The big ones, they get progressively smaller, so I'll have to experiment how much weight I want. I don't want too much. I don't want to pop wheelies, but I want to be able to use the forks because the tractor's an animal. It seems to pick up just about anything. It picked up the entire pallet of weights, no problem. So, all right, that's it. Not super exciting. Watching cutting, grinding, and welding. I'm not sure I have the right camera set up to actually photograph welding like some of the guys do. And you can actually watch the puddle and everything. I'm not sure anybody would learn a whole lot from watching me weld, but I keep trying, keep getting better. And the pulse with the finger control takes about 2 steps out of the learning process. It's a good cheat code, and it's repeatable, and my tungsten lasts longer. I often wondered if I was, dipping it, which I wasn't. It was just, I think I ran, no matter what amperage I chose, I think I ran it too hot. I'd pretty much floorboard it, and I never pulsed it or anything. Now it's, instead of me having to move my foot, it does it automatic. And you can change how often that pulse is. I got it once a second, so. And that's my story today. So good talking with you, and I'll catch you soon.